There is a silent fear that haunts women our age, and I'll definitely say my age, because we have the fear because of a certain age that we're not capable of going further or doing new things. And I'm coming here today to break that myth that you have. Okay. You don't have to say it out loud, but we feel it because I did. And it's the fear that we missed our window. I'm here to tell you, you haven't missed your window. If there are desires and things that you want to go forth and do, what we do, we look at the younger generation because they are running fast. They're building empires. And you think, Lord, if you wanted me to do this, why didn't you call me 20 years ago when I had the energy? Stop saying you don't have the energy. We have to speak to these bodies, regardless of how old they are, and make them get to moving. Okay? Because if you feel like you are arriving late to your own purpose, I have a message for you today. You are not too late. You were held back on purpose. Because if you didn't do it when you were younger, this is the time. Today, we are going to be talking about the Sarah anointing. So let's look at Sarah in Genesis 18. When she heard she would birth a nation, girlfriend laughed. And if I was her, I probably would have been laughing too. It wasn't a laugh of joy either. She was being sarcastic in that laugh. She looked at her aging body and said, after I'm all worn out, that's what she said. After I am all worn out, will I now have this pleasure? Maybe you're looking at your life right now and saying, I'm retired. So what, you retired? That's just a word. Then you start saying, I'm tired. Why are you tired? You need to start moving. Then you say, is God really asking me to birth something new? Yes, he is. He's talking all the time, but you be closing him out because you are lazy and you procrastinate and you don't want to do anything because you're retired. That's not a good excuse, ladies. I want you to listen to me. God didn't call Sarah when she was a young and strong woman. He waited until it was impossible for her to do it on her own strength. Because whatever we do, we have to depend on him and not depend on ourselves. Why? So that when the promise arrives, nobody can say it was a Sarah hustle or Sarah had a hustle going on. They would have to say that God's hands was all over this for her to be able to birth a whole nation. So just imagine what you can birth at your age. And I'm 72. I'll be 73 this year. And I'm still going forward. Is it hard sometimes? Yes, but I don't let that stop me. I don't. So just check this out for a few minutes.
Have you ever felt like you've missed your window? That the time for your greatest legacy has already passed? Think of Sarah. Her greatest promise wasn't realized in her youth, but in her later years. It's a Sarah moment, reminding us that God's timing is never late. Just like a fine tea or a masterpiece, true quality is a slow process. Your legacy isn't rushed. It's refined through every season of your life. So take heart. It's not too late for your legacy shift. In fact, your most beautiful chapter might just be beginning.
So, and I know society worships youth, but the kingdom worships maturity. Because without us, we need to be there to guide them along the way. Yes, we need them. Don't get me wrong. Yes, we definitely need them. But some of them think they know everything. They don't know everything, and they need us, and we need them. So it's a twofold. And here is the truth. A 30-year-old life coach might have the energy, but she don't have all the scars that someone has that's much older than she is. She might have some scars, but she don't have all the scars. Okay? You might have survived a divorce or survived loss. You have navigated career changes. and spiritual deserts. God saved your greatest assignment for this very season, ladies, because this is the only season where you have enough wisdom right now in your life to handle it. You aren't building a business to get rich. You are building a legacy to get real, to be real about it. The world is full of noise. We hear the noise every day, but it is starving for the depth that only a grandmother, a matriarch can bring. And that's who we are. We are grandmothers. We're matriarchs. Matriarchs. Yes. And we can bring the power. We got it. Okay? So don't forget that. So what is the Isaac? What is the Isaac you are pregnant with? What is the Isaac that you're pregnant with? Is it a book? Is it a mentorship program for a younger mother or a ministry? Don't despise those gray hairs. It is your crown of glory. So don't hide your age. Stop trying to be ashamed of how old you are. I thank God every day he wake me up. I'm grateful. So I don't mind telling people how old I am. Because it is your credential. When you speak, young women listen because you have lived. You have had some experiences that they have not had. Yes, they've had some experiences, but they have not had some of the experiences that we have had that we can share with them and be able to help them along their young life. Sarah's laughter changed in Genesis 21. She said, God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears about this will laugh with me. So she turned that negative talk into joy. And I want to pray for that. That the criticism and not believing what was being said of it's too late would break off of you today, because I'm here to tell you it's not too late. It's not too late. Say to yourself, it's not too late. Say to yourself, I have work to do. I have people to meet. I have people to help. People are waiting on you. If you receive this, I want you to type, it's my time. And put your hands on yourself. It's my time. And below in the comments, type it. It's my time. Okay? Make sure you put that in the chat, because it's our time. It's our time to rise. It's our time to polish up our gifts, stir up our gifts, and use them to the best capacity that we can. Because people have need of the experiences that we have, that we can share with them to help them along the way. God has imparted too many things in your life for you to give up just because you retired. And that's who I work with. I work with ministry leaders, women leaders, educators that are in transition of retiring and not knowing what to do and feeling like they don't need to do nothing. Yes, you do need to do something, because if you want to keep your mind sharp, you need to do something, and you need to be able to use your mind daily, doing something positive. And it's not always, now I don't mind you. I'm not saying doing something every day where you're not keeping your life balanced, because we have to be balanced in our life with the things that we do with our age. And when we retire, we need to have some fun. We need to make sure we're taking care of our husbands if we have one, our family, our children if we have children. We need to make sure we go on vacation. But when you know you're using what God has gifted you with, all those other things feel like fun when you're doing it, because you've helped somebody, because it's all about helping somebody else. It's not about keeping the knowledge that you have, or the inspiration that you have, or that positive mindset that you have God has given you, the preparation, how God has prepared you to go to the next level, how your passion has been enlightened. Because now listen, you all are sitting out there with all this potential and you haven't tapped into it. If you go to the cemetery, it's full with people that did not tap into their potential. And you're sitting out there and you're doing the same thing. Because most of you are very gifted, smart women. And you need to be moving. And you've prayed for all these things. And then when God bring them before you, no, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. But you ain't doing nothing. You might be traveling and going this place and going that place, but you ain't doing nothing else. That'll help somebody else. So we need to think about that. We need to stop all the time using that word no, because at our age, we've prayed about all these things, and when the door is open, we immediately say no. Because what you pray for, it might not come exactly the way you prayed about it, but God will bring it in a way that He wants to mold it to show you what it is that He wants you to do, so it will line up with the things that He would have us to do. It might not look the same as how you asked for it or the desire, but it's for your good. It's aligning up with what His will is. Because a lot of times when we pray for things, it's not according to His will. So He'll know what we're really asking for. So He'll line it up, and it don't look like what we think it should look like. And we miss it. We miss doors opening. We miss opportunities. It's a lot of work to do in the world, and it's enough people in the world to do it and not feel like you're stepping on somebody else's toes, because we do things different. Our gifts are different. We function in our gifts differently. Our mindsets are different. So the way someone else might do it is not going to be the same way that we may do it. And it'll still work out fine. It'll have a positive impact in someone else's life. Do you get what I'm saying to you, ladies? And the reason I'm coming out here to tell you this is because I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Women, when they get a certain age, they retire and they're looking for something. And some are not looking for nothing. They just don't want to do nothing. Don't want anybody to ask them to do nothing. If you ask them to do something, they got an attitude. Listen, that's an unhappy life, because that's not feeling happy to me. If you just don't want to do nothing and the same routine every day, you need to change your routine up. You need to change the directions of where you're going during the day. Because you all are smart and you're gifted. You have good ideas, and you need to write it down on paper. Write the vision, make it plain. So whoever reads it will be able to run with it. Because I'm always thinking about different things that I can develop and help, that will help another person. I try to use my skills to the greatest capacity that I can. And I want to encourage you, because you have deep capacity that's laying dormant. Potential that's laying dormant. You haven't even tapped in some of those potentials, the potential that you have. It's deep. So you have to dig deep, because you got this. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. In June, I will be having my 2026 Empower Her Summit. And I would love to see you guys sign up and come to that, because we have so much fun. And it's cross-generational, where we're helping other young women bridge the gap to help them to be who God has called them to be, to encourage them, to build them up, to show them that life is great. Yes, we have ups and downs, but we can make life the way we want it if we change our mindset. and have fun. So I just wanted to remind you to know that listen, it's time to make a move. And I am here to be able to help you. Okay? So if this message right here encouraged you today, I invite you to subscribe and join me each week as we step into this season together. Ladies, we have work to do. I would love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments where you're from. If you don't know me, I'm Dr. Valerie Harris. I'm an empowerment coach, and I help women leaders, entrepreneurs. I'm an author. If you're trying to write a book, and I help you to want to leave a legacy to the next generation, to step up and step out of your comfort zone and do the things that you've been called to do for a time such as this. And so just think about this for a few minutes. What season are you in right now? And if you know another woman who needs to be reminded that she is still called, because each and every one of you that have watched this live stream, you have been called higher, to do higher things, to do more things. I want you to share this message with her, because your wisdom matters and your voice still carries much weight. I'm here to tell you that. And I try not to come out here and stay a long time, but what I would like for you all to do, I'm going to pull it up on the screen. And I have a YouTube channel, and go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stepping Out with Valerie Harris, and subscribe, like, share, make comments. Listen, sometimes I put worksheets out there for you, or little freebies out there for you. So go and watch, because you don't know the day that you'll watch it. It'll be something free that you can download and be able to use it as a resource to help you grow in whatever area that you're trying to grow in. Okay? What about that? How does that sound? And if you want to know more about the programs and some of the things that I'm doing, go to my website, www.steppingoutwithvalerieharris.com. Okay? Well, it's another one, www.steppingoutwithpurpose.com. I have several, but the main one I want you to go to is the one that's on the screen right here. And I would love to connect with you, talk with you, sit down with you. And my first meet and greet is a freebie for 15 minutes. I'll only give you 15 minutes, and you need to have some questions that you need to ask, so we can get through that 15 minutes so that I can help you make a plan or come up with some goals of what you want to accomplish for the rest of this year, because the year is going by fast. This is March the 1st. And listen, we have work to do. And guess what? We can do it together. We can do it together, guys, and have fun. We can do it together and have fun. So guess what? I'm going to sign out. But guess what? I'll be back again next week, 7 o'clock. I can't never say whether I'm going to be live. These are pre-recorded because of my schedule. My schedule is kind of hectic, so I'm not trying to burn myself out. But I don't want to not come out with my replays and the pre-recordings. I don't want you to miss out on the things that I want to share with you. So that's all I have for you today. And guess what? I will be talking to you a little bit later. Have a great day.